Welcome to the Pope Prep High School Football Coaches Show. Today's show is brought to you by Clausen Group Realtors, local real estate sales, investment, and property management. We treat your home like it's our own. And the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Remember, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Now, please welcome the host of the Main Street Preps High School Football Preview Show, Kyle Reynolds, and Pope Prep head coach Brian Sneed. Welcome to the Pope Prep Coaches Show. I'm Kyle Reynolds, joined by Coach Brian Sneed. Friday night, the rival game, Father Ryan, 7 years in a row, you all have been on the winning side of this game. Last Friday night, it was a little tougher. You lost the ball game. Talk a little bit about that game.
Yeah, so, we struggled to make some plays to stay in the game early. They came down and scored on the opening kickoff. We had the opening series. We had a chance to take the ball away, get an interception, and things didn't bounce our way. And give credit to our guys. We didn't give up. We kept fighting. Credit to Father Ryan. I mean, they played hard. They had some really good football players over there. Their team looks solid, and they did a better job executing than we did. So, like you said, we've been on top 7 years in a row, and this year it didn't come out our way, and we're continuing to learn and figure out the things that we need to do to get better each week.
Second week in a row, Elijah Robb goes over 100 yards, 162 yards on 31 carries. The impressive thing is, longest run was 22 yards. It's not like he had a 70-yard in there to pad the stats. And everyone knows you're going to run the football, yet you're still doing it effectively. Talk about his effort Friday night.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. He's been, the last few weeks especially, has been a voice in our locker room of someone that's staying positive, encouraging. You're seeing that in his play. He's going out there regardless of where we are in the game and giving his best effort and run the ball hard. And when you have a freshman quarterback and a senior running back, you know where the ball is going. So teams are trying to do some things to take him away and give our offensive line and him credit. They're finding ways to continue to move the ball. And now we got to find ways to finish. We're moving the football. We got to find ways to finish and put those into the end zone. We got to be able to get stops on defense. We got to be solid on special teams. And it's starting to come together, but it needs to pick up and be more consistent across all three phases. But Elijah's been the big part of getting us, going to get us over that hump.
And on the defensive side of the ball, Xander Palmer continues to play well. Evan Nassari has a good game for you. And then a young man that was on our golf team 3 weeks ago, Luke Latham, led the team with 2 tackles on Friday night. Talk a little bit about those 3 guys and what they're bringing to you on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, first, Xander Palmer, first year in a starting role defensively. He's leading our team in tackles right now. He's shown some consistency of being able to come downhill and fit up and drive some guys backwards. Evan Nassari, I was really proud of the way he played Friday. He's continuing to get better. He's been working hard on tackling and making sure that he's getting the correct techniques down and doing the things that we're asking him to do. And you saw that show up a little bit more on Friday than had in the past. And then Luke joins our team at the beginning of the season. We played in some JV games early and played on some scout team stuff. And we liked what he was doing and the effort he was giving. And he's been continuing to improve each week and found some playing time. And, he's a guy that's going to continue to help us.
Excellent. I believe we've got some plays ready, Coach. You're going to step over and break down 3 plays, I believe, from last Friday night's game and talk about things we did well. So We'll go over there. All right. Coach Sneed is now going to take us through 3 plays from Friday night. We're going to start on the defensive side of the ball. Go ahead, Coach.
Here we are. Yeah, so this is one of the first drives of the game. You look at Father Ryan's formation here, and you got everybody kind of tight into close to the line of scrimmage here. Usually when teams do that, they want to try to create more space towards the outside. So we're looking for some kind of outside run out here. So we're trying to set the edge right here by our outside linebacker, Connor Lynn, and let our defensive linemen take up some blocks so that our linebackers can flow inside out to the football there. So we take a look, and just like what we thought here, they're running some kind of outside run, trying to get their running back out to all this space right here. So you see our outside linebacker, Connor, does a good job of getting forward and kind of setting that edge inside out. And we go back and we look at our linebacker, Xander Palmer right here does a good job of staying inside out. And it's really set up by our defensive linemen They're taking on blocks from the offensive line, creating double teams so that our linebackers can flow free. So if we take a look at Xander right here, staying inside out to the football, downhill, and we're making a tackle on 2nd and 11 for no gain, so it sets up a 3rd and long right there. So again, when teams want to compress the formation, usually they have receivers split out wide here. When they want to compress the formation, a lot of times you're looking for outside runs, maybe some crossing routes if they're in the pass game. So we were expecting outside run here. Good job setting the edge, good job flowing inside out, and good job by our defensive line. This is one of the plays that we did a good job on defensively. Obviously, we need to be more consistent and creating some more of these plays throughout the game defensively. We look at the offensive side of the ball. So this is one of the formations when we're game planning with our offensive staff, Coach Park and those guys. We looked at and we really liked. The reason is we talked last week about we're going to count numbers in the box. So the box is looking from the offensive linemen and the linebackers here. So we have 5 offensive linemen and 2 tight ends in the game. So we have 7 guys to block for our running back Elijah Robb. So what we do is we look in the box and see how many guys do we have to block. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7 guys to block their 7. Now during our game planning, we need to look to see if this guy's counted in the box or not. If he's downhill hard and getting into the run game, then we'll count him as a box player. And obviously we won't have anybody to block this guy. Now, a lot of times on film, we'll see him kind of back it up, ready for the pass. So we feel like he's out of the box. Now we got 7 guys to block 7, and they do a good job here of getting downfield, blocking those guys. So Elijah Robb can get some running yards here. All right, you guys do a good job. Again, looking at it right here, watch this guy. You can tell he's not in the box. He's backing up. So we got 7 to block 7. And then I want to highlight a couple guys here. We got our tight end, and then Thomas Ajak doing a great job at a double team at the point of attack right here on their defensive end. So they're driving them out there. And then our right tackle, Thomas Ajak, comes off on the linebacker, does a great job right there. And then we got our 2 guards. We have Drew Price and Jarius Jones that are pulling. One's going to kick out and one's going to lead up. So there's the kick out, there's the lead. And again, when you got 7 to block 7, you should have a pretty good running play. Good job by Elijah, kind of falling forward right here, putting his shoulder down, getting about 4 extra yards at the end of the run. He's done a good job of that so far this year. And then the last offensive play right here, we're going to have to pass a little bit more. We're down a few scores. I just want to kind of highlight this play. Just the motions, the little eye candy that we're using to kind of create and set up what we're looking for offensively. So the first thing we're doing, we have a motion by our running back. Elijah's going to motion out, and you're going to see that draws this defensive end out with him. So we're setting that motion up so that we can draw some players away from where we're actually going to throw the football. So this is, we're running a screen play. We call this a tunnel screen, where our receiver is coming back underneath, catching the ball, and getting upfield. So Hudson Holman, our quarterback, throwing to our sophomore receiver, Hudson Curley, right here. So once again, we see we're widening out the defensive end right here, knowing that we're going to come back underneath and throw the football. The other thing we're doing now is we're also widening Hudson. It looks like a bubble route where he's going to catch the ball out here. So now we're going to widen out these defenders because they're going to try to defend the bubble route, and then we're going to come back underneath and run the tunnel right here. So that sets us up. We're widening defenders out so that we can come back underneath for our tunnel screen. 1st and 10, we end up getting a 12-yard gain to kind of move the chains and keep it going from there.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We're going to throw it to a break now. We have to thank our sponsors here. We'll be back in a minute.
So Clausen Group Realtors, we're a small niche shop, and we help people buy and sell their properties. We're involved with people when they buy and sell. They're not just a number.
I'm a buyer specialist. All I do is help people find their next perfect home. And I'm in homes every day. If I'm not showing, then I'm previewing, so I know what's out there on the market.
The experience with Matt and his group here at Clausen Realty was amazing. It was very much a family environment. It was very professional. It was incredible. I feel like we made friends for life.
So if you need to sell a home or buy a home, our website is www.clausenGroupRealtors.com.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your pest to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out, he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Welcome back. Now we're going to send it over to Nina Howdeshell. Nina is going to sit down with our admission staff and talk to them about upcoming events here at Pope Prep and ways that you can become a student here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Reynolds. I'm here now with Dr. Wade and Coach Kennedy from Admissions. Dr. Wade, tell me a little bit about the new events coming up on the Pope Prep calendar.
Well, one event that we have through Admissions is called Community Night. It's going to be during homecoming on September the 15th. It's a great time to kind of come out and find out about the Pope community. If you're interested in being a family and that attends Pope, that night we offer free admission to all students from grades K through 10, and we provide free concessions that night for those students. So it's a fun event. You get to kind of come and check out our Knights Alley and tailgate with some of our families, which is awesome.
Sounds super exciting. And Mr. Kennedy, can you tell me a little bit about what it's like if I want to be a new student at Pope Prep?
Yeah, for sure. I think the first thing you should do is sign up for a shadow day. So we have a link online on our admissions site. And then on top of that, you can choose somebody to shadow. So if you have a friend or somebody that you know from your former school, you can certainly request them. And then we'll get you set up to shadow them throughout the day. You get a free lunch. You get a goodie bag at the end of the day with a lot of Pope Prep, cool things in there. So I highly suggest it for anyone that's considering us.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Nina. Now we're going to talk about next week's game. Well, actually this week's game, Coach, CPA. These games don't get any easier. You drop down a division, and yet your first three opponents are a team that's been in the state championship twice. Then you have Father Ryan, who probably has one of their best teams in years. And now you got to go play CPA, who has been one of the big dogs in this league, in this division, for a number of years now. Talk a little bit about the expectations of what you're going to face on Friday night with CPA.
Yeah, CPA is not just the big dog in AA. They've been a big dog in Middle Tennessee and across the state, regardless of division. You go and see the games they're playing. They have a big win over Brentwood Academy to start the year, a AAA opponent. A tough loss against Pearl Cone, and who's always solid. This is a tough team we're going up against. They're very technical. They're very good up front on both sides. They have skilled players that can break the game open. This is a game where we're going to have to play our best in order to give ourselves a good chance to come out on top. And it's certainly, a game that it's going to test us. It's going to test us to see where we are, to see have we been able to improve from week 1 to week 3. And so, it's an opportunity to play, one of the best teams in the state. And we've always taught our guys, you got to relish those opportunities because they don't come very often. So we're going to relish the opportunity this week. We're going to get after it the best we can and see where we are at the end of the night.
Hudson Holman, who continues to do some very good things for you, freshman, 2 years ago was in PE, did not pick up football until halfway through that season. Mm-hmm. How do you get a guy prepared for a game like this, as you have in the first 2 games, because he's getting thrown to the wolves in this and seeing something that he's never really seen before?
Yeah, you fall back on your preparation. So when we talk about the virtue of the week, we talked about faith this week. All of our athletic teams are talking about faith, and So we talked about, our spiritual faith, how that's a gift from God, and then we also have to act upon that faith. And once we stop talking about the spiritual side of faith, and we start talking about, well, what does faith look like in the realm of football? And it goes back to having faith in your preparation, having faith in the stuff that you've been doing since the beginning of June to prepare yourself for, again, these opportunities that don't come along that often. So I think he's going to do a good job of continuing to prepare. One thing about Hudson for being a freshman, he does not get too high, he does not get too low. He makes some great plays, and he's calm and cool and collected, and he makes some mistakes, and he's coming over asking what he can do better, and he's still staying calm. There's no frustration that kind of limits his play going forward, which is exciting to see. And he made some good throws. He had a deep corner throw to Hudson Curley where he stepped in and took a shot and was still able to complete the pass, and from one hash to the other side of the field. And that's a throw that you don't see very many freshmen making on Friday night. So he's got a lot of potential. He's going to continue to get better each week. So we're excited about that.
Excellent. Coach is going to step over to the board. He's going to break down a couple of plays that CPA tends to run. We'll take a look at that now.
So now we're looking at CPA and kind of give a brief kind of scouting report here. So CPA's offense, they're very balanced, very well coached. 52% run, 48% pass, so it's close to 50-50 as you can get run pass. This right here is their favorite formation. So they have what we call 12 personnel. They have 2 tight ends in the game and 1 running back. So a tight end on each side, 1 running back. So that's why we call it 12 personnel. And then they'll have their 2 receivers split out here. Even though they're 50-50 run pass, this formation, they're a little bit heavier run in. Normally when you have a couple tight ends in the game, they're going to look to run the ball a little bit more. So they're about 70% run here. And one of their favorite runs out of this is just an outside zone here. And you can see they do a good job of sustaining blocks. You see the double team here between the tackle and the tight end, getting up to the linebacker. So that's something that we're going to have to make sure our linebackers are getting down to the football coming downhill. We're going to have to make sure that when we see a double team by our defensive line that we're able to show back up. You see this defensive lineman right here is in a double team, and then he gets overtaken by the tackle, which allows that running lane right there. So we got to be able to come off the football. We got to be able to stop the run, have our guys come downhill. Defensively, CPA is a 3-4 team, so they got 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers. They're predominantly a cover 3 team. 80% of their snaps they run cover 3, so they'll have 3 deep defenders. Usually it's their corner, their free safety, and their other corner are their deep defenders. So linebackers are very good. Defensive line's very good. I mean, again, solid across the board. Linebackers flow downhill hard. They'll bring some blitzes. They're going to try to get guys in the box, being a 1-high team. And you'll see right here, this is a kind of a traditional cover 3. You have Pearl kind of sprinting out. Usually in the cover 3, your flats are going to be open for a second. You see this overhang defender right here, this outside linebacker. He's supposed to jam the number 2 receiver and then get out to the flat. So while he's jamming the number 2 receiver, the flat's going to be open for a second. This is 3rd and 6. That's where Pearl's trying to hit this route right here on the sprint out. So we got to do a good job of recognizing where the open space is in order to throw the ball in the areas. Now what they do is they do a good job of changing up. So even though they're still going to be running cover 3 right here, the last play we saw that the flat was open. All right, now they're going to take that flat away. They're still going to be running cover 3, but they're going to be doing it a different way. Now the corner, instead of being a deep third defender, he's going to sit in the flat. We call this a cloud cover 3. Cloud kind of representing the corner's technique, staying in the flat. And now you're going to have a safety be the deep third over top, safety deep third, and the corner on the backside. So you can see right here, they're looking to attack the same flat area, and now the corner's just sitting in the flats. Quarterback's got nowhere to throw, and then he ends up having to dump it down to an open spot right there. So predominantly a cover 3 team. They do a good job of mixing up looks. So we're going to have to make sure that we see that and attack accordingly.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Just a few more weeks of this, and I may be able to call some plays for you. You probably don't want that. Maybe Madden. I'll just stick to Madden for now. We're going to throw it to a break. Thanks a lot.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
So Clausen Group Realtors, we're a small niche shop, and you know, we help people buy and sell their properties. We're involved with people when they buy and sell. They're not just a number.
I'm a buyer specialist. All I do is help people find their next perfect home. And I'm in homes every day. If I'm not showing, then I'm previewing, so I know what's out there on the market.
The experience with Matt and his group here at Clausen Realty was amazing. It was very much a family environment. It was very professional. It was incredible. I feel like we made friends for life.
So if you need to sell a home or buy a home, our website is www.clausengrouprealtors.com.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your pest to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out, he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Welcome back. We're going to throw it over to Nina Haldeshell, who is with our Student Athlete of the Week, Xander Palmer.
Hi, I'm here with Xander Palmer, our Student Athlete of the Week. Xander, please tell me how you prepared for a game as highly anticipated as the Bishop's Cup.
Yeah, so a lot of film, looking at the scouting report quite a bit, and then just really paying attention during practice and giving it my all.
And how are you going to prepare mentally and physically for the game coming up this Friday against CPA?
All the same stuff. I just have to be more focused during practice and even more film and even better in the scouting report.
Thank you.
We're going to send it back to Nina Haldeshell, Coach. There's a lot of athletes on this campus, not just in football. One of those is Katie Shea Collins. Katie Shea is a recent South Carolina commit, coming off a 4-goal performance, playing some great soccer right now. Nina, let's hear what Katie Shea has to say.
Hi, I'm here with Katie Shea Collins, who had 5, not 4 goals last night against Davidson Academy. Katie Shea, talk me through a little bit about the game last night.
Yeah, no, it was really good. We played DA and we won 7-0, which was really good for soccer. And I mean, right now we're on like a 5-game winning streak, and we're going into region on this Thursday, so in like 2 days. And we're super excited. It's gonna be a good year, and we're just gonna try to make it to state.
So you're now committed to South Carolina. Tell me what it was like going through the commitment process and picking between all of the other schools.
Yeah, it was really hard. I'm not gonna lie. There's just so many great schools, and I went on like a good amount of visits, and I was just trying to find the best fit for like atmosphere, the team, like, and how they're just gonna get me to, you know, reach my goals, because at the end of the day I want to be on the national team and I want to go pro. And so South Carolina was just the best fit, and you know, go Gamecocks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nina. Good luck, Xander, this week. Coach, big battle Friday night right here at home, 3rd straight home game. Wish you well. Good luck, sir.
Thanks, Colin.
You've been watching the Pope Prep High School Football Coaches Show with Kyle Reynolds and Pope Prep head football coach Brian Sneed. Join us each week at this time on Main Street Media TV to get the latest news about Pope Prep High School football. The Pope Prep High School Football Coaches Show was brought to you by Clausen Group Realtors and by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.